The set goes on to the round of 4. Thank you to our sponsors. In the bottom right starting location, he played really well, but eventually he just got out of position. His ID is
AGIM seeded.
the man crush of Tasteless. Will he make a hallucinated immortal like he did in that Team League game?
Probably not. Not in this match.
He does it and then he wins. That's right, Artosis. Don't go there. In the upper left, we have our Zerg player. They're saying he's the best Zerg in the world, and I gotta say, he looks like it. His ideas.
GSL symbol.
Sybil does always look focused at the start of those games.
Well, he should be
Whereas,
Tasteless.
like, who was it? Is it the start of every game, it actually looks like MVP. Looks like he's browsing the main section on Reddit or something.
He's like, seen it before, downvote, seen it before, downvote.
He's like, I need to download all these pictures of cats.
I hate you, Monsuj. I don't really get it.
Oh, well, I hate you as in their ad.
Yeah, I know, but like, I don't get why that's paired up right now with him.
Well, actually, they're trying to tell you that they don't like your Artosis. I don't know how you don't get this, man.
I guess that's why, man. My superhero protects me from this. I want to think that everyone likes me. I'm a nice guy. Why wouldn't they? I'm a likable guy. If you don't like me, there's something wrong with you, not with me.
That's true. That's the right attitude to have, Artosis.
All right. Oh, that's actually a big deal.
Yep, he wanted to block that with a pylon, but he couldn't.
That's actually kind of painful to lose your probe because he should send out another one. And with Overlords over there watching to see if he does, if he doesn't send out another one, then, I mean, he's taking a risk because right now, Symbol could go double gas, bam, double gas. There's no probe. He's killed the probe off. He has 2 lings and a queen on the way. He could do that and go for an all-in. And the thing is Symbol, is Seed going to blindly go into sentries? I was like, force fielders, what are they called? Sentries? I don't think he is. I don't think he's going to make any.
I start to realize I call the Templar Stormers now. Occasionally.
Look, I actually do this, man. Like, so much of right now, StarCraft is in my head just from like playing and you're like, all right, I got to get my force fielders out, in my own head. Like, I don't call them that, but that's what they do, so that's what I think. I don't know. Anyways,
what about their ranged attack, Artosis?
Yeah,
really powerful ranged attack, man.
I love to tickle things and catch them off guard, then kill them with my stalkers. But yeah, this is something that. So he is sending out another probe.
He's going to send out another probe after this, like once his Zerglings are not there.
No, I don't think he is. There's only so much economy that you want to give up, and this is something a little bit dangerous. Where if he doesn't get to see that third hatch. Does he see the third hatch? We'll see. Because if he sees it, then bam, he's fine. But yeah, it looks like he's barely going to get there. Look at that. With his last hit point, he sees it. Now, if that had died, I wish I could go to Seed and say, hey, if that probe died, would you have made a sentry? Probably, and the answer probably be, no, I don't. I think he's probably going to go macro game. It's Symbol. He's so good at that. Which, that's a fair way to look at it. But.
Well, yeah, the thing is that I think Symbol's. At this point in time, first of all, he's got his own way of playing the game, but then, his late game just looks so much better. With DRG, like we've said before, he basically waits for Protoss or Terran to get on 3 bases, and then it's like activate kill mode.
Yeah.
Like he actually gets the Terminator eyes.
Sure.
And whereas, like, you get like Symbol, he's like, no, I'll just, the longer the game goes, the better for me because I actually...
and the thing is, I love that. I love to watch these macro beasts that are actually just so good that they're like, well, I don't care. I'm just going to play like this. But at the same time, you got to give mass respect to players like Lenok that's like, oh, you lost your scouting probe. And they make a Baneling nest. And they're like, all right, you're not going to do this. You're not going to block this. It's not going to happen. I like thoughts like that. But actually, he's making a sentry. Oh, that's interesting. So he might actually, with these quick double gases, be going for... In fact, he's getting a Stargate. So I wouldn't be surprised if we see like the 3 Void Ray sentry drop type of thing, where you just like clear out all the overlords, walk in with 3 Void Rays and sentries, and try to force field that ramp.
All right, we got a Robo next.
Yeah, he's making a second sentry, so it definitely looks like it's going to be something like that. And, is that going to work here? Because if Zerg sniffs that out and they like make a spore kind of near their ramp on the high ground, and they keep a couple units up there, then suddenly it's not that likely to work. So we'll have to see, man.
Second Void Ray here. Oh, you found me, crap. I thought that was such a good hiding spot. It's the other side of this airspace.
All right, so yeah, and he is making another Void Ray, so definitely he's going for that style. You'll get he might get an Observer, but it'll probably just.
Do you remember the beta when there was that trick where you could actually just turtle on 2 bases and just make Void Rays and Colossi?
Yeah, that was actually imbalanced.
I know, but it was so funny. I remember I was beating people who were so much better than me.
That's actually back when I made that show in balance, because I switched to Protoss, and I had like a really high MMR as Zerg, like really high on the Korean server, and I would actually just log on with Protoss, and I'd lose every PvT and every PvP, and I'd win every PvZ like that against like top name players. I'm like, this is stupid. I don't know what I'm doing. But then they fixed Fungal and made Fungal quicker and more damage.
Oh, no, this is interesting. He always wins within the first 10 minutes. I guess that's about to expire, so it doesn't matter. That was going to be going on for a little bit less time, but so let's see if this works. Now, the 2 Void Rays pretty much tips the hand. No element of surprise here, but is Seed's execution going to be good enough to hold this still?
That's right. The Warp Prism is coming full of sentries, man. If he can force field that ramp, everything changes. But there's no units up top for Symbol.
Symbol seems to be out of position. He seems to not have put 2 and 2 together.
Oh my God, Seed's heart is beating so quickly right now!
Now the Zealots are going to come over here.
He's blocked all the sentries over here. He's got to get another force field up before these roaches come up.
And they're coming, and they got up.
They got up, and that's huge for Symbol right now. He might be able to actually hold this.
All right, he needs to focus down the roaches with the Void Rays. Warping in some more Zealots. He just needs to buy time, but the Warp Prism is being targeted by the Queen, I believe. No, it's not. Excuse me.
He's just not hitting these force fields good enough, Tasteless. They're too quick. He's got a spore up there with his Queen right now. He doesn't have enough to keep this going.
Now, can he just go onto the low ground, maybe? Force field there or something?
He can try, but there's 2 hatcheries there. There's multiple Queens. Everything's connected by creep. I don't think it'll work. And at this point, I got to give Symbol a gigantic lead over him.
Well, here's the thing, Artos, you don't just transition out of this.
Not so easily.
Not really. You don't just change gears here.
Yeah. Well, he's getting his first Colossus, so he's not going to probably die right away. He has a decent number of sentries, but I mean, Hydras, Roaches, and Lings out on the map. Symbol can easily take a 4th base and just macro up while getting a Spire. He does need to get the Spire, though. And he's not getting a Spire right now. You might think that he can actually just kill him. Okay, there you go. He is getting the Spire. I was getting a little bit nervous. I'm like, well, I mean, if you really want to use just ground units, he will kill you with Colossus. Like that, that will happen. I am so sorry, Mr. Symbol. All right, so he is up by a lot of supply. Let's take a look at the workers. 69 drones to 52 probes. There's a ton of larvae out for Symbol. As far as Seed goes, he's on 8 gates. He's almost got a second Colossus.
I don't think he's going to get a 3rd here. He's just going to go for this one.
You think so?
I don't think he's going to do it, man. I'm fine being wrong, but it just from here.
That might be his best choice.
I wouldn't be good at 3rd base. I mean, that's actually the one. When you take your 3rd here, that's when Zerg actually gets an easy 4th. That's like the only time to get the easy 4th on this map ever.
Yeah, if he hits, well, you know what? You're right. It looks like he does want to do that. But of course, he should clean out up here to give the possibility of him taking that base. But yeah, it looks like he wants to go for it, and he's saying, all right, I got to get out there before Corruptors are out, because Corruptors are just going to clean up all the splash, and he's going to win. So this is a scary moment. He's making 20 Hydras right now. He's relying on Hydras, which is so interesting to see. We really don't see that many Hydras used in this matchup. And that is so many Hydras out, Tasteless. He's actually got 27 Hydras.
Hydra's not exactly good against Colossi.
That's for sure. But he has Roaches mixed in. We'll have to see if he can get something done.
All right, this Spore Crawler, a little bit ambitious. A little bit too ambitious. All right, here we go.
He's going for it, surrounding with some Lings here. Some great force fields by Seed. And that is just so many Hydras. But those are beautiful force fields, and he's going to clean up a lot
Zerg's
of them.
going to back off. And how much more energy do the sentries have?
Not enough, man. Not enough.
All right, so he's just actually burning out the sentry energy here. That's why he's not fully engaging.
And does he actually
have another warping round here, though?
Okay, he's waiting for 5 Colossus. I mean, 5 Corruptors right now. Sorry, to kill off those Colossus. But you know, this is such great poking by Seed. It's so quick. He's not taking any time to turn around and do pokes over and over and over. And he just keeps on adding damage to that ball of Symbol. And if he can add enough damage, he might be able to overwhelm. Don't forget, he
might have gone too close, though.
Yeah, he has no force fields left. And with those Corruptors out,
he's going to get... well, you know, he's not only going to get the Colossi, he's going to get the Warp Prism, too, if he just goes a little bit farther forward.
He's still dealing a lot of damage, though. Those Colossi really were worth their weight in gold. Now we have a lot of Roaches and Lings coming out.
Which is exactly what he wants, since there are no force fields here. He can't really be punished.
Yeah, in fact, he's got only Stalkers now. They have +1 attack. They have no... He has no force fields left after that.
You know, he actually might be able to get in there. He probably should warp in some more sentries. Oh, he's going to do just that. Coming down here now with the drones.
Flanking with 2 Roaches right now. And, well, I mean, he's going to get rid of the Warp Prism, so that's the end of reinforcements.
All right, now here's the problem. Just Stalkers.
And no reinforcements.
Link's coming up from the bottom.
Yeah, it looks like Symbol should be able to hold here.
He actually got the Warp Prism, too, so...
Yeah. And that's basically that about those Stalkers. If they had Blink, maybe something could happen, but of course, you know, he spent everything on different attacks, so...
You know, it's funny because Seed is so good, but, you know, Symbol is just eking out these victories, man.
You know, it's so interesting to see him mix in so many Hydras. I'm sure a lot of people at home are probably thinking, oh, why is he doing that? This is kind of weird. This is kind of different. And I feel like what he's saying is, all right, I'm going to use these because I want to hit things over the force fields. Because a lot of times we see Zergs lose just because the force fields are so good that Roaches wash up against them or get trapped and they just don't do any damage. And he's saying, well, I just need some damage to be dealt.
Actually, he just thinks he's in part of the swarm right now. He thinks they're like really fast off creep. But we got to go there and be like, Symbol, listen, man. It's like,
it's just not
Wings of Liberty. He's like,
I'm like, you don't have the Hive anyways. You need that to upgrade Hydra speed and Heart of the Swarm right now.
All right,
like, geez, Symbol, you just...
You're being a silly guy. You're being a silly goose, Symbol.
Why are you being such a funny duck, Symbol?
Well, he can actually force a cancel here. He doesn't even have to fight the army. He can actually just run in there and just... Yep, I think that's exactly what he's going to do.
He's only got 3 Corruptors right there. He's making 4 more, so... you know, with those Corruptors, when he has 7, he's going to be able to snipe that Colossus so quickly. I love that Seed is actually making a little photon cannon wall here.
Yeah,
and he's going to just try to utilize, on the high ground, just the lack of area. And then on this low ground, he's cutting up the area that Zerg can attack with that little photon cannon wall.
Yeah, that little wall is like a deterrent, basically.
Yeah, he's saying, don't attack here. It's really cost inefficient. And he's right. And we'll have to see what Symbol wants to do, though, because Symbol's not re-droning. He's saying, all right, I have to go all in. I lost too many drones there. We'll see if it ends up working, though. He's got to wait for these additional Corruptors. In fact, he's making 3 more, going up to 10. And we're going to have the 3rd Colossus should be out about the time the attack starts. So we'll see. Is Symbol just going to max out and go for it? And let's see. He's got +2 attack against just +1 attack of Seed. Seed, right now, if he could see the whole map, I feel like he'd make a bunch more photon cannons.
Oh, cool little snipe over here.
Oh, nice little snipe.
Yep.
Anything he can get done right now is good.
Exactly. Now, when is he going to take his 4th? I mean, he's staying.
He's not going to. This is all in. He's going 100% all in here. He's, you know, he killed off that first army, and he's going to have to go very soon. He knows it. There's going to be a 4th Colossus. He's going to hit right before then. Yep, that's exactly how he should. And this is going to be hard, man, because now he has Sentry energy. And here we go. He's coming from the bottom now. The Corruptors all coming in and targeting everything down. Some great corruptions going up, targeting down the Colossus one by one. Oh, so quickly. A ton of units coming from the left, killing off all those photon cannons. But does Symbol have enough?
Well, the Zealots are not. Well, they're actually all gone now. The Stalkers are getting surrounded pretty heavily right now. And there's one unit that doesn't want to be surrounded. It is a Stalker. And I think
it's
just
so
barely. I think.
close.
No, wait, another Colossus came. Well, this Colossus is going to die pretty quick, anyways. But
Why is he running?
I know, right?
He should
do
just
the
help.
damage.
And it looks like he holds, but what's his economy like right now? Let me take a look. How many units can he make? He's making sentries. We have a lot of Lings and Hydras on the way. This is going to be basically the last reinforcement round from Symbol. He has 20 more Lings on the way right now. A lot of Hydras and
How
Lings
many
already
sentries are out now?
He's got 4, but they all only have 1 force field. He does not have a lot. I think Symbol can finish him here.
All right, well, we're going to see. Now, he needs to, even if he gets the Nexus, that's actually a victory too. If he gets the Nexus and pulls out, that's another win here. And he is definitely going to get that. So Seed once again saying, all right, take it. That does. No, can you check the second Artosis? How much does Seed have there?
Seed has basically nothing.
All right, so he's going to. He has to push out here to reclaim this.
Yeah, he has to. This
But
has been
remember,
a great play by Symbol.
Symbol's been all in here. So, bungled
missed
force fields. GG.
All right. That was so interesting because you know what Symbol did there? He said, all right, I have to keep you off a third base basically if I don't kill you. And it makes sense when you think about it because he lost all the drones at his natural. So he's on 2 base against basically a Protoss that's going to be 1 base in a second.
Yeah.
So if he stays aggressive, continues to pick things off, then he can keep Protoss so low that Protoss can't do anything, and he can utilize Hydras to do something like that. And in fact, he eventually mined out his main and sent the drones to the natural. So then he's still on 2 base against just 1 base of his opponent, and eventually the Protoss gets mined out. That was another insane game full of crazy choices.
It's too bad he didn't get that second force field at the ramp.
Oh yeah,
during the all.
Well, he would have won right there.
He would have won.
But
and I mean that was like a second off.
Yeah,
like a freaking second, man. And he just couldn't get over there in time.
I almost feel like, you know what? He dropped all the sentries behind the smoke wall.
And he should have
ran them
over
over
a little bit closer.
Yeah, well, the thing is, he had them all out, so he's like, all right, I'm going for it. I almost do feel like he should have just sent the Warp Prism and started unloading them on the way and having them run with the Warp Prism.
I totally agree
because he could have gotten
with
his
you.
Warp-ins quicker because all the drones came out immediately
And
from Symbol to surround them.
He can pick them back up
And
after the force field's there, warping the Zealots.
But he had to run back and then pick them up, then bring them, which took too long for the force field. Symbol was really smart to bring the drones down and prevent them from getting close enough. It doesn't even matter if he loses drones. All he has to do is stop that ramp from being force field because it's like, this is basically a 2-base all-in from Seed the entire time. So he can lose extra stuff defending it as long as he defends it, and he defended it. And yeah, I think it was just a blunder by Seed right there.
Well, we're going to have to see if Seed can make the comeback of the century here. Otherwise, I guess Symbol's going to go 3-0. We're going to take a 5-minute break, but when we get back, we're going to have more awesome StarCraft 2 action for you guys here at the GSL. Stay tuned.
여러분은 지금 정우성과 함께 글로벌 스탠다드 GSL을 시청하고 계십니다.